the Cosori Dual Blaze Air Fryer versus my longtime favorite, the Cosori Pro 2 Air Fryer. 6.8 quarts versus 5.8 quarts, 1750 watts versus 1700 watts. Tray versus the basket. You've wondered if they cook differently. You've wondered if the recipes in my air fryer cookbook needed to be changed. You've wondered a whole lot more. Today, I'm gonna answer all of your questions while I cook up 3 different recipes simultaneously in these air fryers. You ready? Let's go. Today's first challenge is gonna be some brownies. Now, right from the get-go, you are gonna see that there are different buttons on the Dual Blaze compared to what is happening here on the Cosori Pro 2. For example, the Cosori Pro 2 has a preheat button and it has a shake reminder button. And neither of these buttons are showing up here on the Dual Blaze. And that's because the Dual Blaze has a burner here and up there. That means there's absolutely no need to shake your food. And because there's 2 heating elements, this heats up more efficiently. There's just simply no need to preheat. We've got those standard presets here, just like you'll see on most air fryers. We also have a dedicated air fryer function, reheat, roast, keep warm, bake, and broil. I asked Cosori about these presets, and here's what I found out. The roast, the bake, and the broil, they change how each of these 2 heating elements actually function. Since I'm gonna be doing some brownies, I'm gonna use that bake setting. It's gonna turn the upper heating element, be at a little bit lower setting, and the lower heating element is gonna run a high heat setting. So if this works the way it's supposed to, the tops of my brownie will not get extra toasty. And I'm just using this brownie mix from Costco because, oh my word, it's so good. And it's so easy. You can pretty much use this with any brownie recipe. Let me know in the comments below if you are the type of person that's all about scratch brownies or if you make them from the box. Also, I always do applesauce instead of vegetable oil, and it works so great. And this little measuring cup is so cute. If you're new here, you might not know that I've been using Cosori air fryers since 2020. I'm actually a massive fan because not only are their products fantastic, the company actually stands behind the products. They have a 2-year warranty on the products and excellent customer service. And you know what? I'm super proud to have them as today's video sponsor because it's a company I have fully vetted and can totally stand behind. And I have thousands and thousands of viewers that are also raving fans of the Cosori air fryer. Now I'm just eyeballing my fill job here. I usually do grease the silicone liners a little bit because things tend to stick. Oh, and I had just enough batter to do 9 brownie bites for this one and 8 in that one. Now the bake setting on the Dual Blaze goes for 320 and 20 minutes. I'm just gonna pop that down to about 15 minutes. Start that up. By the way, do you notice how quiet this is? Can you hear it? It's just pretty darn quiet. And the bake setting on this one goes down to 300 for 35 minutes, which is interesting. But to level it out, I'm gonna just go ahead and do the exact same time and temperature, 320 for 15 minutes. And then you'll notice this one is a little bit louder. And good news, there's a little brownie batter left for me. Don't be a hater about me eating brownie batter because let's face it, I'm 47 and I've been eating this my entire life and I've never gotten sick. And by the way, after you watch this video, if you're feeling ready to upgrade to the Cosori Dual Blaze, I have a special link down in the description box below, or you could go to airfryertools.com and then just click on that box where it says Kathy's Air Fryers, and you'll see the Dual Blaze right there. All right, these are done. And these. All right, the easiest way to check and see if these are done is to temp it. 200 internal temp, yes, yes. According to my cooking guide, we want brownies cooked up anywhere from 190 to 210 based on gooey or cakey. So the Dual Blaze did a fantastic job baking these through and they are not burnt. Let's see how the Cosori Pro 2 did as far as baking inside. Pretty close, pretty close. They're also looking good on top too. So Dual Blaze versus Pro 2. Dual Blaze looking good, Pro 2 looking good. I'd say pretty much the exact same results on this one. And on the Dual Blaze, let's check out how the inside looks here. Looking good. I think I probably could have even cooked these like for 12 minutes. I think I like them a little more gooey. Is there a difference in the bottoms on how these were cooked? Doesn't seem to be. Here's the Pro 2. Also looking fantastic. Final result of the baking test, I'd say they ended up the exact same. Who loves brownies?
Me.
One of the things I absolutely love using my air fryer for is roasting fresh vegetables. Today I've got this assortment of veggies that I'm gonna prep up, and we're gonna see if these cook any differently in each of these air fryers. Veggies are all ready, and for the dual blaze, I'm actually gonna take the tray right out and roast the veggies right here in the bottom of the pan. That is just one of the advantages of the dual blaze. I'm gonna just use my oil sprayer. I actually have olive oil in it today. I usually use avocado oil, but I'm all out. And I'm gonna salt and pepper. And I'm just gonna stir all of this up just so the oil can coat everything. And we'll spread that out evenly. And we're gonna do the exact same thing for the Cosori Pro 2. The biggest difference at this point is that I have to use the basket here because the air fryer won't turn on otherwise. So it's a little bit less room compared to this room. I've got probably about an extra square inch here. Now the roast feature is gonna run it so that upper burner is gonna be like medium heat and the lower burner is gonna be higher heat. And I actually wanna just run it for 8 minutes at 400 degrees. There's no roast button on the Cosori Pro 2. I'll just hit steak because I know it's 400 for 6 minutes and I'll bump that up to 8 minutes. I almost forgot, I need to turn on that shake reminder because I'm gonna have to stir those. By the way, roasted vegetables reheat so nicely in the air fryer. I usually throw them in for like 3 to 5 minutes at 350 degrees. So good. They're also yummy if you top them on scrambled eggs for breakfast. 4 minutes in, and here's our little shake reminder. Wow, those are smelling really good. Stir that up, and we will let it finish. All right, time's up on this. Ooh, it looks so good. And I'm gonna just carefully poke. Obviously the time's always gonna vary. It just depends on how soft you like your veggies. And I do like mine roasted pretty good. So I'm gonna spray a little more oil on it. And I'm just gonna give it about 2 more minutes. So maybe the default 410 minutes is exactly what I wanted. Let's see how these are. Also nice and hot, tender. Seem to be running about the same. So I will also give these about 2 more minutes and a little more spray. Spraying at the very end just helps kind of get that nice charred finish. That's because oil is a heat conductor. Okay, now let's take a look. There we go. That's feeling really nice and super cool. I didn't have to stir that one bit. These guys looking good too. I know some people have wondered about the dual blaze. Having that burner at the bottom is gonna like burn food on the bottom, but it doesn't. It does a great job cooking without burning. So side-by-side comparison, they are pretty darn similar. And taste-wise, I just love the veggies. I'm gonna say the dual blaze is probably just slightly more tender, but it's not like you need to make huge adjustments in your recipes. It was just really convenient to just throw my veggies in and I didn't even have to stop to stir. So good. The other benefit that a lot of dual blaze owners have told me is just how nice it is to clean, because with this basket, you've got all of these grooves you gotta clean too. Whereas like this pan, we just have this and just this single grate. Oh, who loves veggies?
Veggies are good for you, kids.
A lot of dual blaze owners have told me how fantastic it is to make chicken wings in the blaze. So let's see if the results are different with this test. Also, make sure you watch to the end because I have a really cool secret little thing that you can do only in the dual blaze. I'm gonna use the tray for the chicken wings. So I'm just gonna throw about 10 wings in each air fryer. And it looks like I can actually fit like 12 in the dual blaze versus about 10 in the Cosori Pro 2. And this recipe is actually on page 106 in my cookbook. We're gonna throw these in at 350 for 10 minutes to thaw. And same for this one. And while these cook, I'm gonna make some homemade Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. It's on page 249 in my cookbook. Okay, the defrost process is done. Now I'm just gonna season these with a little garlic, salt, and pepper. And at this point, the only reason I'm flipping these in the blaze is so I can season both sides. But you can see how nice both sides look because of that dual burner. I'm gonna pop it back in. And this time I'm gonna crank it up to 380 and run it for about 15 to 20 minutes. And I seasoned one side of the Pro 2. And let's flip these little guys. The underside just seems slightly more raw. Got that all seasoned. 380, 20 minutes, and a shake reminder. Oh, this is gonna be so good. It's time to give these a little rotation. They're looking good. I'm really curious to see how the other one's doing. Pop those back in. 10 minutes to go. This one just has 7 minutes left. Let's take a peek. It's looking really good. Really good on both sides. Definitely no need to rotate. Yay! And my barbecue sauce is all ready to go. Yum, yum. Dual blaze is done. Oh boy. Let's take a look at these. They look really great. They are definitely cooked all the way through. Now, my air fryer was not smoking with these fatty wings, but if you're cooking some super greasy food and it's just making your air fryer smoke a ton, if you turn it to the broil setting, that's gonna make it so just the upper burner runs. And it turns off that lower burner. So now I've got my glorious barbecue sauce. Of course, you could use store-bought or anything. And I'm just gonna put it on these wings and coat them, and then I'm just gonna broil them for just a couple minutes more. That's just gonna caramelize that barbecue sauce. Since they're already cooked, really just about 2-3 minutes is gonna be just plenty. Here's the Pro 2. Let's take a temperature on these. These are also cooked nice and thorough. They're looking good on both sides. So I know a lot of you have been concerned that the dual blaze was gonna cook faster, overcook food because there are 2 burners, but we can clearly see that that's just not the case. It just does a great job maintaining the correct temperature, so all you have to do is even less work with the dual blaze. And then again, let's crank this one up. We'll do the exact same thing here. Okay, you've gotta keep watching my super cool trick I'm about to show you. Oh, final verdict. Those look amazing. And so do these. Side-by-side comparison, these just look slightly better. Not sure what the difference is. Maybe they're the same. They're probably the same. Oh, they're hot. Thus the paper towels there. Which one wins? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Well, the other thing I'm noticing is that we have a lot of juice down there, but here in the blaze, like look, I can totally pour everything out. There's nothing left there underneath because that heating element just kind of cooked it. But it actually might not be that terrible to clean up. Let's see. Wiping up pretty good. It's just wiping right off. Then I'll just use a little Dawn power wash and let that soak, and then I'll wipe it again. I just drained that extra juice into the trash can. This one wipes up just nice and easy as well. Now about that cool dual blaze trick. It involves egg and some bacon. It also involves no tray because you're gonna throw your bacon right down here in the pan and air fry that at 380 for about 4 minutes. That's smelling fantastic. Ooh. Use some silicone to push that around. Crack your egg right inside the pan. Or 2 eggs. Give that a second. And then crank it back up to 380 and run it for about 4 more minutes. And check that out. That is beautiful. This cool trick and the fact that you never have to stop and flip your food makes the Cosori Dual Blaze Air Fryer so worth it. Click on the special link in the video description box below to snag it. That is a hands-off breakfast that's ready in 8 minutes. That is so good. Holy cow, Seth, you better come eat this, I'm about to. If you're still considering the Dual Blaze Air Fryer, I have a thorough review of all the features right here. And then make sure you test out these air fryer recipes. They are perfect for the beginner. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.